Hackers steal personal information from 143 million Americans. Nearly half of the United States has been impacted by a massive cybersecurity incident at one of the 3 largest credit agencies in the country. Credit reporting agency Equifax has announced that it suffered a massive data breach which compromised the personal information of 143 million Americans. Stolen data included names, social security numbers, addresses, and birthdays. Credit card numbers of 209,000 consumers were also taken, along with the dispute documents of 182,000 others. These personal details may well be used to engage in fraud and identity theft schemes, which Equifax was ironically in the business of protecting people from. Hackers reportedly accessed the data in mid-May through a web vulnerability and maintained access until July 29th. The data breach extends beyond the US, with Equifax saying data from people in Canada and the UK may also have been exposed. Likewise, people who aren't customers of Equifax may also be affected, since the firm obtains information from credit card companies, banks, and other sources to determine a person's credit score. The company is currently cooperating with the FBI, which is investigating the incident. They're also working with an independent security firm for extra protection. Hackers gonna hack. Hackers can steal fingerprints from photographs. It's a fashionable way to strike a pose that apparently started in Asia and has gained popularity around the world. But now Japanese scientists are warning people their identities could be stolen simply by flashing the peace sign for a selfie. According to researchers from Japan's National Institute of Informatics, it is possible to steal someone's fingerprints in a photo taken from up to 3 meters away. All the potential hacker requires is a digital camera and that the fingerprints be well lit and in focus. The researchers say the peace sign makes it easy for hackers to match fingerprints to faces, posing a security threat to phones, laptops, bank accounts, and buildings. The researchers warn it is possible to steal fingerprints from peace sign gestures, waving, and giving people the thumbs up. So does that mean we can't take any more cutesy-wootsy photos? Maybe not, because the researchers have developed a titanium oxide-based coating that can be attached to fingers to hide their prints. The film protects fingerprints from theft, but doesn't stop them from working as security verification. However, it won't be available commercially for another 2 years. So in the meantime, you might want to protect your digits, or at least put on some gloves or something. Either that or strike a pose that won't lead to your fingerprints being stolen.
How today's cars are vulnerable to hacking. As our world becomes ever more reliant on smart devices, today's drivers face a new danger on the road. With modern cars becoming increasingly computerized, hackers are able to exploit security holes to remotely take control of vehicles. It is possible for a skilled hacker to get into a driver's mobile app, a car's entertainment center, onboard diagnostics, airbags, locks, as well as critical systems like the engine and brakes. Hackers can use a car's cellular, Wi-Fi or Bluetooth connection to gain access. The software can then be read and altered code inserted back into the car's computers. Many modern cars contain more than 100 computer processors, leaving them susceptible to hacking and privacy attacks not possible with older vehicles. Last year, in London alone, software flaws helped hackers steal more than 6,000 cars.
Hacker leaks info of FBI and DHS employees. President Barack Obama's latest executive order to revamp the federal government's cybersecurity comes one day after a hacker released the personal info of 9,000 Department of Homeland Security employees and 20,000 FBI employees. On Sunday, the hacker told the tech blog Motherboard of his plans to leak the info. Known on Twitter simply as Penis, the hacker said he compromised the Department of Justice employee's email account and attempted to use it to log into a DOJ web portal. But it didn't work, so he turned to social engineering. He literally called up the FBI pretending to be a new employee, and they gave him their token code to use. With access to the portal, he saw 3 computers, one of which was that of the email account he'd compromised. I clicked on it and I had full access to the computer, the hacker told Motherboard. On Monday, Penis tweeted the links and passwords to the paste bins for both the 20,000 FBI agents as well as the 9,000 Department of Homeland Security employees. Both included the Free Palestine hashtag. This hack bears similarities to the hack of CIA Director John Brennan's email last year by a pro-Palestine hacker group called Crackers with Attitude.
Russia's election cyber attacks were bigger than we thought. Further details of the extent to which Russian hackers targeted the 2016 U.S. election emerged this week. According to Bloomberg, Russian hackers gained access to electoral computer systems in 39 states. Illinois was among the first states to report the attacks. Officials found evidence that hackers infiltrated the voter database of Illinois and tried to delete or alter data. Up to 90,000 voter records were reportedly compromised. The White House used the so-called Red Phone back channel to warn the Kremlin to stop the attacks. However, according to a leaked NSA document, Russian hackers targeted the computers of 122 local election officials in the days before the November 8th election. The Obama administration reportedly believed the hackers may have been preparing to delete voter registration information to undermine confidence in the election. Earlier this week, former FBI Director James Comey warned Congress that Russia would return to meddle in future U.S. elections. Russia has denied any links to the cyber attacks on the election, and the relationship between Washington and Moscow remains rocky.
Cyber attack holds Austrian hotel to ransom. A popular European hotel was held to ransom in a cyber attack over the weekend. Hackers disabled the lock system at the 4-star Romantique Hotel Jägerwert in Austria over the weekend. The hack locked guests out of their rooms. There are reportedly some 180 guests booked into the luxury hotel at the time. The hotel's reservation system and cash desk were also taken offline, with hackers demanding a €1,500 Bitcoin payment to unlock everything. The hotel said they had no choice but to pay the ransom because neither police nor the insurance company could help them. After the ransom was paid, the hotel's systems returned to normal. According to The Local, this is the third time the hotel has been hacked. The hacker reportedly tried once more, but failed after the hotel put stronger security measures in place.
Your brainwaves may leak your passwords. While some new tech gadgets boast features like brainwave control, a new study shows hackers might be able to steal your passwords this way. Hackers could use algorithms to learn the patterns of brainwaves through the use of EEG headsets. When typing, a user's inputs correspond with their visual processing, hand, eye, and head muscle movements. These movements are all captured by EEG headsets. A study on brainwave hacking had 12 users type randomly generated passwords into a text box repeatedly while wearing an EEG headset. After typing just 200 characters, an algorithm was able to make decent guesses regarding new characters based on the user's brainwave patterns. The algorithm increased the odds of guessing a 4-digit numerical PIN from 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 20. It also increased the odds of guessing a 6-letter password from 1 in 500,000 to roughly 1 in 500. The study shows a person who pauses a video game to log into his or her bank account while wearing an EEG headset could be at risk of leaking their passwords. So, maybe don't access your bank records while gaming?